Welcome to my off topics for Mar. Sorry. Welcome to my off topics for August 5th, 2012. I was playing Club Penguin recently, and I was playing Disney games from Disney Channel website recently. I played Feast and Ferb games and games from the movie Brave, which is pretty awesome. Sorry guys, it was the neighbors watching the Olympic Games for London, celebrating it. It was the neighbors. Sorry guys, it was my neighbors, my next door neighbors. So yeah, ignore the neighbors. Anyway, in a couple of days I'm going to PortAventura, which I'm very excited to go there. It's gonna be great. And I'm very excited to go to Nickelodeon Land at PortAventura at Sesame, which is right there, which is in front. Because I've been wanting to go to PortAventura since August 2023, and my wish 1 year later is coming true. I got my wish granted to go to PortAventura World, because PortAventura is one of these parks. Having been there in a couple of years now, because I was at Disneyland Paris for a couple of years. So yeah. And by the way, I'm almost gonna forget to mention this, guys. I was forgetting to mention. Let me show you right now, guys. You know, one of the program blocks that I grew up in my childhood. No, I'm sorry, Stati. This one. I can't believe it's been 5 years since one of my favorite Saturday and Sunday morning blocks that I watched a lot of times when I was a kid on TV1 when I was 9 through 12 years old have come to an end. I really miss Sona Disney so much. Sona Disney was a big, huge part of my childhood. I used to watch this every Saturday and Sunday when I was a kid, every weekend morning when I was little. I watched this all the time, every weekend morning when I was a kid. I remember when the Water Hour is done. When I was little, I was watching TV1 when the Water Hour was finished. When this came on, I was very excited to watch it. My weekend mornings with Sona Disney TV1 was a big, huge part of my childhood. I watched this all the time on weekend mornings. I used to watch like the fan series of Phineas and Ferb, Kim Possible, and House of Mouse. Yeah. And Dave the Barbarian, and the Boss and Maggie. Man, those were the days. Those are the shows that I do remember watching as a kid on Sona Disney. I remember watching Boss and Maggie, and Disney School, Dave the Barbarian, and House of Mouse, Impossible, and American Dragon Jake Long, and Brand New Mr. Whiskers. I used to watch these shows on Sona Disney on weekend mornings. I can't believe it's been 5 years since Sona Disney come to a close on TV1. Believe not, I actually watched this on the final day. Believe not, I actually watched the final program of Sona Disney 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been 5 years since I watched this. I watched the final episode of Sona Disney. If you guys remember what I watched in the final episode, I remember The Boss and Maggie and Emperor's New School. Those are the final shows I watched at Sona Disney on the weekends, on the mornings. Sona Disney will always have a special place in my heart. It brings me back to my childhood memories. Yeah, Sona Disney was a big, huge part of my childhood. That was one of my favorite weekend morning blocks as a kid, along with Megatrix and Wonder Hour. Wonder Hour, Megatrix, and Sona Disney are the big three of the weekend morning blocks that I watched the most as a kid. On Teletica, I watched Fairly Odd Parents, but on Channel 3 Megatrix, I watched on Megatrix on the Channel 3. I watched all the Nickelodeon. I watched sorry, starting on Megatrix on the Channel 3. I watched the shows from Nickelodeon, and on TV1. TV1 is the channel I watched the most on the weekend mornings as a kid. Like Warner Hour and sort of Disney. Those two were part of my childhood. Speaking of Warner Hour, I cannot believe it's been 5 years since the Warner Hour from TV1 come to a close. That program block was one of my favorites growing up. When I was 7 and 8 years old, this was my shit on weekend mornings. I watched this every Saturday at 10 a.m. I remember on the Warner TV1, the Warner Hour, I used to watch on this program block. I used to watch the Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes. Those are the shows I did watch in the Warner Hour as a kid. May rest in peace to Laura Warren and Sonia Disney. You two are a big part of my childhood. It closed down 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was a pretty sad day. But yeah, I actually watched the final program of the Warner Hour back in August 5th, 2007, along with Sonia Disney. And after watching the program blocks, this was my reaction. My reaction was like, so long, childhood program blocks. You made my childhood awesome. Thank you for my childhood memories. It brought me back to my childhood. Thank you for everything. Warner Hour and Disney, you'll always be missed as the best program blocks from the weekend mornings from my childhood. Believe not, this is not a joke. I went to Port Aventura on the final week of Sonia Disney and Warner Hour in 2007. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was watching the Olympic Games in 2012. I'm on the volleyball. Yeah. And I managed to watch the final the final 2 episodes of these 2 nostalgic prologues from the weekends on August 4th and August 5th. And I watched the Sunday one. The Sunday one was the most emotional ending. It had a great ending. But hey, at least the Disney shows were on Disney Channel in free. Believe not. A year later, we got Disney Channel for free in my area. And guess what? I actually watched Disney Channel for the first time on my TV, on my basement TV on TDT. Ready for this? The day when I got back home from the hotel at Campeyo. Pretty awesome, isn't it? You guys want to watch the very first show I watched on Disney Channel TDT? If you guys want, it's Phineas and Ferb. I watched the roller coaster episode. That was actually the first thing I watched from Disney Channel on my TDT. It was a pretty lucky time. It was a pretty lucky, great day. As I saw, this brings me back childhood memories of me watching Sonia Disney. I really miss Sonia Disney. Sonia Disney was an absolute big, huge part of my childhood. And I cannot believe on this day, 5 years ago, Sonia Disney came to a close. And Laura Warren as well. Those were my shit on the weekend mornings. I watched them the most on the mornings while eating my cereal. And along with Megatrix I watched for the Nickelodeon shows like SpongeBob SquarePants, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. You probably know what I mean. And on Telecinco I watched Fairly Odd Parents. Believe it, when I was a kid, I was more a SpongeBob person than a Fairly Odd Parents person. I was more a SpongeBob person. Don't get me wrong, I loved both Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob as a kid, but SpongeBob really takes the cake because pretty awesome, good humor and good moments. Good moments with the characters. And very iconic episodes. And Steven Hillenburg did a great job creating SpongeBob. I really wish Steven Hillenburg comes back to SpongeBob. He's a great creator. And he made the SpongeBob episodes really good. Anyway, we're gonna end the off topics, guys, with a little special treat. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for my Port Aventura holiday that I'm doing for my plans. Anyway, goodbye.